You know what I mean? But anyways, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, man, Jay Willie Silly, aka Mr. Take It Easy. For you end up like Beezy, man. Make sure you follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. Now we got two straight A-teams fought over a boy, then one came ready. For all my new subscribers and new viewers, if y'all want to go check out all of my true crime reactions, it is in the playlist section over yonder. You know what I'm saying? But two straight A-teens, two straight A-girls fought over a raggedy boy, then one came ready. Fighting over a boy? Now one of y'all dead, one of y'all in jail, and guess what that little raggedy boy gonna continue doing? Talking to other girls. Fighting over a boy, one boy. It's a billion men out here, and you choose to fight over one?
Nobody will ever know.
Threw your life away because of a boy? I wish I would fight over a girl. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, when it come to me, if you ain't trying to hurt my girl, if you ain't trying to do anything harmful to my girl, if a dude come up and try to talk to my girl in front of my face, I ain't gonna do nothing to him. I'm gonna get silent and I'm gonna see how she gonna react. How you gonna react? I ain't paying attention to him. I'm paying attention to you. If he ain't trying to harm you, if he ain't trying to do it, I ain't worried about the talking and all that. If he ain't trying to physically harm you, you know what I'm saying? Or if he ain't coming at the mouth talking crazy to you, he just try to get with you in front of my face, I ain't paying attention to him. I'm paying attention to you. Because if you really respect me, you ain't gonna give him a conversation. You think I'm finna fight over you? Oh yeah, you start being friendly with, I'm finna, hey bro, square up, bro. Square up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man, I ain't finna fight over you. I wanna see how you gonna handle the situation.
Pain because my baby was taken for nothing.
Our kids are supposed to feel safe going to school. We shouldn't have to have these panic attacks worrying, what if it was our kid?
No parent sends their child to school in the morning thinking they won't be coming home. But on September 12th, 2018,
kill her at a
Gibson
school?
Went to school like it was any other day. 2 hours later, she was deceased.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, shockwaves are rippling through the city of Warren this afternoon after a deadly stabbing inside a high school. 2 girls involved. One is dead, and we have this video of the other being taken into custody. Local 4's Rod Maloney has been at Fitzgerald High School all day long. So, Rod, do we know what set this attack off?
Yes, sadly, this was a love triangle, a teenage love triangle gone terribly wrong.
A 17-year-old ex who couldn't let go, and a cheating rumor told to her
over a
own
white boy?
boyfriend.
White boy got game like that?
Used to be friends. We've heard versions of this before.
Wow.
Grown adults.
White boy got game like that?
The kind of story
got
that
2
ends
sisters fighting over him.
with a
Wow.
shot and a one
Crazy work.
Danina was stabbed 4 times.
4
Twice in
times?
the chest, twice in the back, one
Dang.
of which punctured her lung.
7 Action News reporter Allie Hoxie joins
Twice
us now
in
with
the
her
chest,
story. And Allie,
twice in the back.
Imagine what they had to witness and how they're feeling right now.
Absolutely. This is something that no parent ever wants their
Hey, white boy must have been laying it down. If she willing to stab this girl 2 times in the chest and 2 times in the back, white boy must have been laying it down.
Year-old child to witness. She says she was sitting
Doing all type of tricks or whatever. And
running towards me.
some things
She was screaming.
never seen before.
Was her running, trying to save herself. And that's when she stopped and the girl grabbed her and stabbed her. She ran out the classroom while the teacher was pushing her out, and she was saying, like, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna slit your throat. We should love one another instead of hating. We should take care of one another, and we should feel safe in school.
Danina Gibson and Tanea Lewis were, by every account, straight-A students and members of the same clubs. The former lost her life within an hour of the attack, and the latter gave an account of that morning that became the most talked about part of the entire case. Before we get too deep, Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you find value in these discussions. September 12th, 2018, Fitzgerald High School in Warren ran its usual morning. First bell, lockers, the shuffle to class. By second period,
and she died a while back.
Sitting in the same economics room. The teacher told everyone to get up and break into groups, and by every student's account, no one in that room saw what was coming. Tanea would later tell a detective she remembered standing up, the music in her headphones, remembered turning to face Danina, and then nothing. She said everything went dark.
See that demon. That demon. See that demon. She didn't remember the attack at all. She said everything went dark. The demon took a hold of her body. And right after she got done with the stabbing, she came back into reality. Junk is real. When you say people, when people be saying they fighting demons, y'all be laughing at that junk. That junk real. Folks be fighting demons. Like I said, demons be trying to throw thoughts at me sometimes too. Like I told you, have you ever been just sitting down, bro, and the most malicious thought just come across your mind? I don't heed on the thought though. You know what I mean? I don't heed on it. But man, if you don't take control of your mind, man, your life gonna be a living hell. I preach that all the time, bro. It's so important, bro, for you to take care of your mind, because eventually what you think about, man, is going to come into reality. It is, man. You feel me? What you heed on the most, man, it's going to come into reality, bro. Lord knows how many of y'all think just the most outrageous thoughts. Y'all be out here just living like y'all just, oh, I said, one thing I understood about people, bro, I don't believe what I see on the outside. Because the outside is not who you truly are. Inside is who you are. I don't believe nothing I see on the outside. I don't. Smiling, acting like you're happy, but deep down inside you dead. Deep down inside you can't stand yourself. Deep down inside you cannot stand your life. But you walk outside them doors and just smile like everything good and all right. You know what I mean? I can't tell you how many people faking in this world. Some of y'all watching faking. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really happy for real. You're not really at peace for real. You're not really at joy for real. You know what I'm saying? But you walk outside that door and start laughing like everything cool. Somebody asks you, how's your day? My day's good. Motherfucker, on this verge, on this close to taking himself or herself out, talking about I'm good.
Attack at all. That claim became one of the most argued over pieces of this whole case.
I promise she didn't think she was going to get killed.
Doesn't square with what the room actually saw. A girl smiling as she chased another one down, then fighting to get back through the door after the teacher shoved her into the hallway to get to Danina on the floor. So to understand what really happened in that classroom, we have to go back before the knife, before the rumor, to the three people at the center of it: Danina, Tanea, and the boy between them. Danina Unique Gibson was born November 20th, 2001, the daughter of Angelina Ford and Preston Gibson. By the time she reached Fitzgerald High, she was the kind of kid a school builds its brochures around. She had straight A's and a spot in nearly everything: cross country, marching band and color guard, robotics, student council, the National Honor Society, and a leadership program called Generation of Promise. She wanted to be a computer engineer, the kind of kid her father said talked about graduating at the very top of her class.
That girl don't know she took a Jew from me. She took a Jew that I'll never get back. And I want justice for her. I want justice for my baby. She's beautiful. She got too much going on to be worried about what somebody else think or feel about them. So her guard was down. My baby never even had a chance.
But what people keep coming back to isn't the resume, it's who she really was.
She helped everybody.
She had a glowing personality.
Bubbly, always smiling, always happy.
Friends said she was the one who noticed when you were having a bad day. At her vigil, someone put it simply, quote, "If Danina were still here, she'd be the one hugging everybody, getting them all through it."
Came in every day happy, always had something positive to say, always had good news to say. Just real positive. You would think that it wouldn't happen, but from what I know, the bad things always happen to good people. So
that was my friend. Like when I cried, she was the one that hugged me. Like she made sure I was okay every day. She gave me a hug every day. Like she was a really good person. You never seen her sad. She was always smiling. I would never think this would happen to her.
That was Danina, and it was here at Fitzgerald that she met another stranger.
And like I told y'all, bro, it hit different, bro, when you see these people every day. 'Cause I told y'all I went to a freaking weird high school, bro. Langston Hughes High School. I told y'all every year somebody died at that school, bro. I ain't never been to a school like that a day in my life. You know what I mean? And like I told y'all, the people that died was well-known kids. He wasn't just a silent kid that you knew nothing about. You know what I'm saying? These was well-known kids. These people that you see every day. Kiari, Nakari, Tay, Zay, my boy Gene. Those are 5 people that I seen every day and was well-known. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you go from seeing these people every day. I told y'all when before Nakari died, bro, she literally moved in my class, bro. I seen her the day before she died. You know what I mean? Literally. Came to my math class. Next day she dead. Jump crazy, bro. Crazy.
A student. A girl not so different from herself.
It's different, bro, when you just seeing these kids every day and then it's just like, now you're gone? Like, dang, like,
and for
just
a while,
different, bro.
The two of them were friends. Tanea Lene Lewis was born December 19th.
They were friends
2000.
too?
She was
That's the
17,
crazy part.
about a year older than Danina, and on paper, a lot like her.
And it was crazy how 4 of them died the same way Nakari died, bro, because she was skipping school to be with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend shot her in the chest. Tay, Zay, and Kiarion died because they were skipping school to go smoke some weed. All 3 of them died. Had a dude named Cam too, he died. So it was Cam, Kiari, Zay, and Tay. All 4 of them died in the car crash, got hit by a semi-truck. I passed by their visual, I don't know how many times, bro. They died literally up the street from me, bro. Literally up the street. I can't tell y'all how many times I drove past where they died, bro. Got hit by a freaking truck. You know what I'm saying? By one of them huge trucks y'all be seeing. Got hit by a freaking truck, bro. Literally. Came to the school next day. School was freaking silent, bro. Because these were dudes, bro. I had conversations with Zay, bro. You know what I mean? Same thing with Kiari, bro. With Kiari, bro. You know what I mean? These dudes I had convos with, bro. I knew Kiari because we both used to stay in ISS, bro. Stayed in ISS. You know what I'm saying? Tay, I ain't talked to bro, you know what I'm saying? But I used to see bro all the time in my gym class. At the same gym class, you feel me? Nakari was my sister's best friend. You know what I mean? That's how I knew Nakari. We had conversations here and there, but I ain't really, talk to her like that. That was my sister's best friend, bro. Best friend, bro. I mean, so that's how I knew of Nakari, bro.
She was also in the National Honor.
Said the other 2 people died, bro. They died my 9th grade year. So Kiari was in 9th grade. Kiari was in 9th grade. Zay was in the 9th grade. Tay was in the 10th grade. Cam, I ain't know Cam, so I don't know what grade he was in. You know what I'm saying? But I knew, you feel me? That right there happened my 9th grade year. And Kari dying, that happened in my 10th grade year. My boy Gene, that was my real life partner. Like Gene was my real life partner. He died my 11th grade year. Nobody died my 12th grade year. So my first 3 years, bro, going to Langston Hughes High School, I seen people die for my first 3 years.
Society,
first 3 years.
Reportedly carrying a 4.0.
Back to back to back.
Obviously, of course, she's a high school student. It's my understanding her grade point average is 4 point plus.
4 point
She's
plus.
supported by her family and friends.
4 point plus? You killing over a dude that you most likely wouldn't even marry. You're not going to even talk to this dude, bro. You killing over him? Oh, my God. 4.0. You making all A's.
Not aware of any other criminal activity.
That is crazy, man.
Tanea had no record. No fights, no suspensions.
What?
The school's own dean of discipline testified he barely knew who she was because she had never once been sent to him. Her parents never spoke publicly, nor were they named.
That's crazy.
The third person in this was a classmate named Evan Gorospe, Tanea's boyfriend. The two had recently broken up.
Crazy.
But by Tanea's own account, it wasn't over. She later told a detective they were trying to fix things. Evan was also a friend of Danina's. Whether they ran as a group or simply crossed paths in the same school remains unclear. What we know is this: the two girls had once been friends, and both of them were friends with Evan. In the days before the attack, it was reported that Tanea had grown controlling about who Evan spent time with. No girls at his house, and Danina specifically, not allowed over anymore.
She was yelling at me like, don't have no girl in my house.
Yep, he hang around brothers. No surprise. Alright, yep, he hang around brothers. Right when he started talking, he hang around brothers. You know what I'm saying? He grew up around brothers. Simple as that. You know, the dumbest thing that people say, oh, she tried to act white. You know what I mean? He tried to act black. He not trying, bro. That's who he just grew up around. You know what I mean? That's you gotta understand, bro. You know what I mean? These folks don't be trying. It's who they grew up around, bro. All he know. You feel me? Bro just white. That's all it is. He's just a light skin tone. Same thing when it comes to a black girl, black boy, whatever. We like I said, we all the same. We just grew up in different environments. That's literally all it is. That's all it is, bro. That's why he sound different from me, and I sound different from him, and she sound different from her, and all. Grew up in different environments, bro. If a white boy grew up in the hood, he gonna talk like he from the hood. You know what I'm saying? White boy grew up in the projects, he gonna talk like he from the projects. Just, it really depends on who you grew up around, bro. That's all it is. You feel me? I promise you, he won't be talking like this if he grew up around rednecks. He be talking riding on my big green tractor. We can go slow or we can go faster. He'll be talking country. You feel me? But him hanging around the brothers, he talking like a brother. He look at himself like he one of the guys, which he is.
Not allowed over anymore.
She was yelling at me like, don't have no girl in my house. Don't have no girl at your house. That's not allowed. You're not allowed to talk to no girl. She's not allowed over anymore.
At the center of all of it was a secret. Back in April of 2018, while Tanea and Evan were together, she'd been involved with another guy, and Evan had no idea. The day before the attack, Danina
So you involved with another guy and yet you kill a girl trying to talk to him?
Were on a bus to Marysville for a cross-country meet. Somewhere on that ride, Danina told him what she knew. Tanea had been unfaithful. That night, Evan texted Tanea and asked if it was true. He testified he never told her how he'd found out, but she worked it out on her own. She knew it came from Danina, and she told Evan that Danina and one other person, quote, had something coming to them the next day. Now, here's the part I want you to pay attention to. Danina and Evan had been getting closer, as friends through their classes and sports, and Tanea had grown deeply jealous of it. So when Danina exposed the cheating, Tanea didn't hear it as a friend telling the truth. She heard it as a move to wreck her relationship and take Evan. Whether that's what Danina intended, no one can say, but it's how Tanea chose to read it. The morning of September 12th, Evan picked Tanea up, and the two of them drove around a while before school. During that drive, the cheating came up, and Evan testified that by the time they got to school, he was angry. At school, it kept going. Tanea gave him $100 for his birthday. Then she texted him, asking if he liked Danina. When Evan said he didn't have to answer that, her reply was 2 words: "It's time." Minutes later, she did it. The weapon was a kitchen-style steak knife she'd brought from home. The attack happened in Sarah Sonnenfeld's classroom with somewhere between 20 and 30 students. Sonnenfeld was at her desk helping a few of them when she caught movement, Danina running, Tanea right behind her. She testified that Danina looked tired, that Tanea was smiling, and that the silver thing in Tanea's hand she first took for a pair of scissors.
Then I see Tanea running. This is where I notice something silver.
2 students also testified to what they saw. Francesca Pasqua, 17, said she heard Danina scream, saw the knife in Tanea's hand, and heard Tanea say she was going to unalive her. Tanea stabbed Danina 4 times, twice in the chest, twice in the back. 1 blow struck her heart, and another punctured a lung. That's according to authorities.
The girl that came in who stabbed her, she didn't say nothing the whole class period. Like, she came in, she was ready. She was ready. She didn't say nothing at all. Like, it just happened.
So I went to the front and I seen she was bleeding. Like, I just seen all the blood. So, like, that's my friend. So I got emotional. I was in shock.
Moment later, the school's resource officer, Richard Williams, ran in and started CPR. Mark Sonnenfeld, Sarah's husband, the district's athletic director and dean of discipline,
Imagine seeing
whose office
something
was
like that.
close by, reached the room, saw the knife, and used towels to pick it up and drop it in a garbage can, away from the kids. Danina was rushed to St. John Macomb Oakland Hospital in Madison Heights. She was pronounced dead at 9:24 in the morning, less than an hour after the attack.
Breaking news from Warren. A 16-year-old girl dies after she was stabbed with a steak knife by another student at Fitzgerald High School in Warren.
A 17-year-old female suspect, a Warren resident, produced a kitchen-style knife and stabbed a 16-year-old female victim. She was pronounced dead at approximately 9:24 a.m. this morning.
Crazy word.
This tragic story tops our news this noon. We have learned that both the victim and the suspect were A students. This is new video of the suspect being taken into police custody. A 17-year-old girl. We have learned that the school is now closed for the rest of the day today and will be closed tomorrow as well. Rod Maloney is following this tragic story for us. It sounds like prompted all over a boy.
I'm saying, bro, that's what y'all, I can't stand when y'all stay doing that junk, bro. You look at one situation, one crazy girl. Maybe I shouldn't get no girlfriend after all, bro. This is one girl out of a billion. Like I said, I've never had a bad girl. Ever. My girlfriends was the nicest and most sweetest. I ain't gonna lie, my first girlfriend was crazy. Ha! She was crazy, but I made her crazy. I ain't gonna say I made you crazy, but she was just, you being her first, man. I was her first, bro. So, you know what I mean? Like, you being her first, bro, that's kind of like crazy. And, I kind of knew what I was doing a little bit. Y'all, did you miss me? I kind of knew what I was doing. I knew what I was doing. But she ain't never had nothing, you know what I'm saying? She first body, you know what I'm saying? Then you put it on me like that. Good God almighty, dog. You feel me? So she was crazy, bro, but I feel like that was the reason right there. You know what I mean? But nah, man, like, I ain't never had no crazy girl, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I started thinking back, that person was a real a-hole, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with the girl I was talking to, bro, she lived in my neighborhood, bro. She came out of nowhere. Beautiful light-skinned girl, bro. You know what I mean? We made out in the driveway. Yeah, we made out in the driveway. It was a weird night, y'all. Very weird night. We were just like, I'm talking about slobbing each other down. No cars came past the whole time. That was the weirdest night, y'all. It was like it was just us outside. You know what I'm saying? We was just slobbing each other down. And after I made it home, she was like, "Did you make it back home, daddy?" She was calling me daddy. You know what I mean? I ain't even hit. You know what I mean? This back then, you know what I'm saying, when I was doing my thing. I'm celibate now. You know what I mean? But she was calling me daddy. She was calling me daddy off of just some kissing. You know what I mean? And I didn't know that she truly, truly liked me. You know what I mean? Until she started, like, I was just trying to smash. I ain't gonna lie, I was really just trying to smash. No, my head wasn't really in no relationship, but she was really trying to, like, she really liked me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't really trying to hit. And after that, we lost contact. So I messed up that one. You know what I mean? So I was a real a-hole back then. I started thinking, I'm like, dang, that person was a real a-hole. She really did like me. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if I took her serious, you know what I'm saying? But she was moving back to North Carolina anyway, so it wasn't gonna happen.
That's right, Rhonda.
Hey, I know my ex still thinking about me. And look, I ain't trying to make it seem like I'm one of a kind, but I'm one of a kind. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. There's only one J in this world. You know what I'm saying? Only one J. I'm replaceable for sure. I'm replaceable, but I promise you, I'm gonna be on your mind. Same thing for that Christian girl I dealt with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be on your mind for sure. Ain't somebody you just forget about.
What we're hearing today is that it was teenage romance, or what passes for that, is at the heart of all of this. And it's a situation where the call was out about 8:30 this morning.
Her number's deleted.
And we heard...
I stopped talking to that girl, bro. I was in high school. I was one in high school. I graduated. It was somewhere around 2022 or something.
There was a
she been gone, bro.
In doing CPR on the victim, hoping to save her life.
And and we heard
in an eerie coincidence, a thick fog surrounded Warren
My
Fitzgerald.
first girlfriend, bro. My first girlfriend turned gay.
Just started.
Just to let y'all know that. My first girlfriend turned gay.
Door to the stabbing and heard everything and was able to see some of the activity.
And we heard screaming. So our teacher, Miss Rubel, she locked the door. And then we heard footsteps running towards our room. And then we saw about 5 other people. And then they were trying to break the girls up. And then we heard the EMTs come. And then they told us that the 17-year-old girl stabbed the other one because of a boy. And they said that the 16-year-old girl's wound was life-threatening.
Here is video of the stabber being taken into custody by Warren police. It showed up on Facebook. The victim is 16 years old, a member of the cross-country team, robotics, National Honor Society, and Student Council. Warren police are withholding her name. In the meantime, they released students at 10 a.m. in shifts, according to grade. We were able to speak with one.
I know everybody was talking about that at school, boy. What?
Who's a senior?
Well, everybody would have been talking about that.
Girl, she was really sweet, really jolly. She never had an attitude. You know, and I just feel really bad about what happened. She was just such a great person to everybody.
Dang, that's how you know she was a real good person, bro. Everybody's saying the same thing about you, bro. One thing I realized, like I said, I don't believe, you know what I'm saying, what people say. You know what I'm saying? Of course. You feel me? I'd rather get to know a person on my own. But, bro, one thing I'm going to say, if you hear everybody saying the same thing about a person, bro, it's most likely that junk true. You know what I'm saying? If everybody's saying if everybody's saying the same thing about this person, it gotta be true. But I still rather, you know what I'm saying? Because that could be a whole bunch of hating mother effers. It could be a whole bunch of liars. So for me, it'll be kind of suspicious, but I still want to, get to know that person before I try to, you know what I mean? I ain't that type of person to just, you know what I'm saying, what people say about you just based off what people say about you. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just get to know a person first. Had my first girlfriend when I was my first girlfriend.
There were tears and anguished outrage.
A real first girlfriend?
Too upset to speak with us.
Yeah, I was like
a shaken
16,
Raven
bro.
was deeply saddened.
I don't understand it. I don't understand why all these young people are getting injured these days. It makes me upset.
Like
now we're told that Warren
16,
police are
bro.
talking to the
First ever real girlfriend.
Interviewing her.
We're talking about real girlfriend. We're not talking about fake girlfriend. You know what I mean? Don't bring up no middle school. That's not a real girlfriend. We're talking about fake. He said fake. He said real. A real girlfriend.
Talking to the boyfriend who was involved in this apparent love
Not
triangle,
fake ones.
trying to figure out what happened. We spoke to a number of parents here who did stop and talk to us, who said that they believe that there is a need for metal detectors in this school. Now, we have that whole school security angle to be taken care of, and for that, we go over to Warren Police Department with my colleague, Nick Monticelli. Nick?
Rod, good afternoon. So, as
very sad
there
situation.
Was a kitchen-style knife used.
Kitchen-style
attack,
knife,
which obviously started prompting immediately the questions about security. As you mentioned, how did it get into the school? How could they prevent it? Why did it happen in the first place? When you look at the video of the school, you recognize it's just a normal high school, like so many here in Metro Detroit. And they try to figure out what is the best security measure. Do they turn it into a lockdown situation where you've got to go through metal detectors and there are cameras all over the place? It is a delicate balance.
You need to catch your breath because it sounds like you trying to run out of breath. You need to talk a little bit more slowly for me, okay?
Where you've got to go through metal detectors and there are cameras all over the place. It is a delicate balancing act that has been a debate for many, many years. But the Warren Police Commissioner, shortly after giving the horrifying news that a 16-year-old was killed in this, that her 17-year-old former friend is the suspect, and this is all over a boy, then talked about school security and recognizing that he has been talking about trying to make schools safer for quite some time.
You go to the airports today, you go through a metal detector, you go through tight security. If that's needed in the school, so be it, and possibly that's what's going to end up being, very soon, is that type of security that we use at our airports that we never used before 9/11. Before 9/11, you didn't have the security you have at the airports, and I'm advocating the same type of security in the schools, similar to what we have at the airports today.
Do you think security measures like metal detector could have prevented today's murder?
I can't say.
All right, so
shoot, we had to wear clear backpacks at our school. We had to wear clear backpacks at our school, bro.
What you heard earlier is that a school resource officer positioned and stationed inside of that school instinctively ran to help. The Warren Police Commissioner saying that he heard the children screaming, knowing what was going on. He ran into that classroom and immediately began giving CPR to that 16-year-old victim and tried as long as he could to save her life. And now that we know she has passed away, and the commissioner again saying that even that officer is going to need some help.
School resource officer is having a very difficult time. He went down, he was there within seconds, as I indicated. Immediately started CPR on the victim, and right now he'll be given counseling too, because of the grief that he feels as the loss of this particular victim.
So, Rhonda, when you stop and think about it, the devastation from this attack or murder is so far widespread. The victim, the victim's family, the suspect's family dealing with this, the officer involved. Keep in mind there were 20 to 30 students inside of the classroom when this happened. They all saw it. All the students in the school that heard the screaming, thinking there was an attack going on. So many people affected, again, all apparently over a boy.
Such a terrifying ordeal for everyone involved, but for the family that just lost their daughter, boy, your heart goes out to them. Nick, thank you.
Man.
Now, before Tanaya ever asked for
Yeah, hey, Brian, gonna lie, I never understood that hoodie rule, man. You know what I'm saying? All that taking off my hat. I feel like it was just to embarrass people. You know what I mean? Taking off my hat. All you gotta ask me do I got my hat? Do I got anything in my hat? If I ain't got nothing in my hat, bro, let me put my hat back on. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't got nothing in my hoodie, but let me put my hoodie back on, bro. Teachers used to just be tripping for no reason. Trip by hats and hoodies and all that. I feel like you was trying to embarrass people because you know some people was nappy-headed. You know what I'm saying? You know some people was nappy-headed because all my teachers ain't used to trip. But certain teachers used to trip about that hat and them hoodies. Take off your hoodie, please. Look at you like this. Sir, can you please take off your hoodie? You know what I mean? Really trying to embarrass a mother effer low key. Because you know these mother effers be nappy headed.
Investigators say she made some admissions. A detective named James Twardesky took her statement almost right after the stab.
Hey, look, bro, I used to do whatever I wanted to do in school. That's why I used to get so much belt to booties. You know what I'm saying? I used to do whatever I wanted to do in school. Mother effer, I'm going to be on my dang phone. You know what I'm saying? When I want to be on my phone, I used to skip like a mother effer. You know what I'm saying? But the security guards knew me. Yeah, we have Jalen on Yellow Hall. You know what I mean? You have Jalen on Yellow Hall. Repeat. Jalen is on Yellow Hall. You know what I'm saying? Get on walkie-talkies here, Mr. Starks and Mr. Smokes coming up. Oh, got to scurry off the lot. It's your birthday, but you know what I mean? And we used to have this little mother effer in the middle. Or you ever watch Toy Story with that frog watching all the cameras? Bro, we had a mother effer literally for the cameras. You know what I'm saying? Bro, watch every single camera. Bro, stay in the freaking middle of the school. He had these little cameras. Bro, getting paid to watch cameras. Bro, every time in the middle of you see bro like this. You know he telling on the mother effer. You looking at the camera. It was hard to heck to skip with that mother effer in school.
According to his testimony, the first thing she wanted him to know
that mother effer
was that
on
she
it.
was a straight A student, and before
Yellow
she'd say
Green
anything else, she asked to speak to one person.
Sir, you need to go over there right now.
A teenager will
come over.
Deadly stabbing of a girl inside a classroom at Warren High School.
She don't even like she care, bro.
Revelations.
She walking in like, I don't give a F.
To one person, Evan.
A teenager will stand trial in the deadly stabbing
Look at
of
her.
a girl.
And I did. That's how she walking, y'all. And I did.
Teenager will stand trial in the.
We're gonna do something about it. And I did.
Inside a classroom at Warren High School today. New revelation.
Straight A student, the super thug.
Lewis allegedly told detectives in the aftermath.
In the blink of an eye.
7 Action News reporter Jennifer Ann Wilson live at the courthouse with the final testimony heard today. Jennifer Ann.
Yeah, so the detective that took Tanaya Lewis's statement took the stand. He says Tanaya told him right off the bat she was a straight A student, and before she would give any statement, she demanded to speak to a boy named Evan.
She stated that they were working on their relationship at the current time. She stated that he was the love of her life, and then she stated that Miss Gibson had ruined everything.
Detective Jim Twardesky took Tanaya Lewis's statement almost immediately after stabbing.
I asked her how she knew Miss Gibson. She stated, I don't like her. I then asked for clarification on why she didn't like her, and then she stated, I hate her.
Deanna Gibson stabbed to death with a steak knife back in September in the midst of class at Warren Fitzgerald High School. Tanea Lewis is charged with first-degree murder in her death. Detective Jim Tordesky says he asked her in the interview how the day began.
She indicated that she had fed the dog and then taken a knife out of the kitchen, a small knife out of the kitchen, and brought that with her.
The detective says Lewis only described events before and after the stabbing.
She was listening to music, and then at some point the class was stood up to get into different groups. She then indicated that she was facing Miss Gibson, and then she remembers everything going dark.
Back at Fitzgerald, they let the students out early, around 10 that morning.
Crazy work.
900
How long have I been streaming?
piled into a parking lot that 2 hours before had been an ordinary Wednesday. The next afternoon, they gathered on the football field, hundreds of them, friends and family for the vigil.
Friends, students, and staff gathering to remember Deanna Gibson, the teen stabbed to death in a Warren classroom.
Hey, man, long live Deanna Gibson, man.
Described as everyone's friend.
Fitzgerald High School closed again
Crazy.
today as grief counselors work to help everyone get through the pain of losing the 16-year-old. 7 investigator Jim Kurtzner joining us now live from the school. And Jim, you spoke with family and students who saw that stabbing as it happened.
We did, and you're going to hear from them in a second. We're also talking with police who tell us the 17-year-old accused has made some admissions before lawyering up, meaning she made at least a partial confession. She's set to be formally charged tomorrow. Now, you said school closed today for a second day. The vigil here, very somber, as you can imagine, and people here in this big community becoming one big family, grieving together through pain. He was inside this crowd at the center of the football field. Family and several students spoke during the vigil about Deanna, who was a straight A student. One cousin here told us what she'd like to say to the 17-year-old girl, also an A student, who allegedly did the stabbing.
Probably try to talk to her to see like how the whole situation happened and why did you think it was okay to bring a knife to school.
Police say the murder weapon is a steak knife and that 16-year-old Deanna stabbed twice in the chest during
One in the
class.
heart.
One student in the room said no one saw or heard this coming.
And then it just happened. Like,
there was no argument leading up to it?
No argument, no dialogue, no nothing. It just happened.
We don't know if the boyfriend involved came to the vigil today. We were kept off school grounds.
He's like a nice kid, very quiet, sometimes funny when he needs to be.
He's in band with that student. Police say he's cooperated with the investigation. He was interviewed at the school.
But the way he answered God's questions were pretty professional. He didn't let his emotions take over.
This big high school family included past graduates who came to pay their respects, including this new mom coming to grips with a new sad reality at her alma mater.
I couldn't see myself sending my son to school and him not coming home.
Now, one of the speakers at the vigil said Deanna would have been the one to hug everybody to get through this tough time and this pain. So this is pain on 2 levels. She's gone, and it's over this business about this boyfriend. The alleged killer set to be formally charged with murder tomorrow.
2 days later, September 14th, 2018, the kids went back to school.
In just 48 hours' time, Warren Fitzgerald High School and the 1,200 students who go here went from being just another high school to that high school, the one where the 16-year-old was stabbed to death in class. Yesterday, they held a memorial here for Deanna.
I ain't never heard
Gibson.
about this situation.
Today,
that's
they go
crazy
back to
work.
School.
Y'all ever heard about this?
Forever change.
I ain't hear about this at all.
On foot thinking about it. Parents in the drop-off line talking about it. Classroom violence imposing seriously sobering thoughts. Tiara Griffin was there in that economics class and witnessed the stabbing. She wouldn't talk about it, couldn't bring herself to attend yesterday's memorial either.
And that's why you gotta ask your kids what's going on, bro. Like, our parents just think kids don't go through nothing, and that's the craziest thing. Like, parents just think kids don't go through nothing. You know what I mean? Like, shoot, bro. Some kids probably deeply affected by that. They best friend, man. Probably grew up with that girl, middle school, elementary school, all the way to high school, grieving it, bro. And parents just going on about their day. You know what I'm saying? Kids go through a lot, bro. Kids get bullied at school, bro. Like, a lot of stuff happen, bro, when it comes to kids.
About coming to school today?
Yeah.
Said these wrinkled shirts killing me?
Yeah, I do.
Do you think the school is safe?
Not safe enough.
Mark Gilbert wasn't certain how he felt coming back to class.
I honestly don't know.
Really?
Really.
And, I don't know, do you think you want to come back here next year?
Yeah, I'm coming back here next year.
Do you think the school is safe?
For more or less, it could be a bit safer, but what can you do?
This was a really hard thing this week, huh?
Yeah.
Has it changed you, do you think?
Mm-hmm.
How did it change you?
Look, man, no don't feel like being.
I guess you just have to be more aware.
The school district made counselors available to students yet again today if they needed somebody to talk to. But they've also put out a letter to parents asking them to be on the lookout, and if they feel that their child needs any more support, that they should contact the Macomb County Crisis Center.
Later that morning, Tanaya Lewis had her formal arraignment hearing via video chat from jail. During this hearing, she was formally charged with unlawful killing of Danina, and the judge officially denied her bond, ordering her to be held in jail throughout the legal process.
Calling the matter of People versus Tanaya Lewis. Is the officer in charge here?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Officer Sedell, please raise your right hand. You swear affirm testimony you're going to give us the truth and nothing but the truth.
I do, Your Honor.
Very good. Your factual basis to establish the warrant.
Your Honor, on 9/12/2018 at approximately 8:28 hours, officers responded to 23-200 Ryan Fitzgerald High School, room C227, in reference to a stabbing.
Straight A student.
As the class was in
Your
transit.
future was. Nah, I mean, I'm not gonna say because you were doing good in school, but I mean, shoot, get to any college you want with a 4.0. Straight A student, all over a guy. I know you regretting that, boy.
Defendant approached the
You
victim,
ain't gotta say it.
producing a straight-edged kitchen knife that she brought from home and stabbed the victim 2
But
times.
she not gonna get life. I'm telling y'all, and I'm gonna go and tell y'all this right now. She's not gonna get like. I'm gonna just react to this whole video. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was gonna do a part 1 and part 2, but F it. She's not gonna get life. You know what I mean? I know y'all probably think that. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. If she get life, it's very surprising. I'm gonna tell y'all why she won't get life. She has a clean record. That right there helps tremendously. Like for me, I got a clean record. You know what I mean? So if I was getting something, guess what? I'm not gonna get as much time as this motherfucker that got 38 felonies. She get 38 felonies, she probably get the death penalty. She's gone. You know what I mean? But her having a clean record, she will get 25 years. How much on the bail? 25. Eligible for parole.
Chest, one strike in her heart. Victim tried to flee from the
Bro, yeah. A clean record can save you from a murder charge. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the freak it can. Know what I mean? And what I mean by save you, of course you're going to get time, bro, but you're not going to get as much time as people that got charges on their record. I'm telling you right now. We're going to see by the end of this video. Watch it. I'm telling you, bro. If she get life without parole, I'll be surprised. If she get life, bro, I'll be surprised. I'm telling you, bro. Don't be surprised if she get like 25 years.
Defendant stabbed the victim one more time in the back, at which time the victim fell to the floor. The defendant then stabbed with a hammer fist punch, stabbed to the back.
Hey, say 5.
Which punctured her lung.
Don't forget, say 5. I'm going to beat the living. You know what I mean? You know how many paws I put on? That was very unnecessary. I feel like you're trying to tell me that to scare me or something. And like I said, I love getting punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a true boxer. So when you said that, I kind of liked it. I liked when you said that. I'm a true boxer. Do you not forget what I'm going to do to you? You know what I'm saying? I went to jail just for the same thing you went to jail for. No, matter of fact, I went to jail and like I said, I had proof. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to act hard or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But I had proof. You know what I'm saying? I went to jail with throw up on my pants. You know that say 5? I beat that boy so bad, I had throw up in my pants. I spent 3 days at Wright Street. I didn't even know you go to jail. That's how much I've been whooping people. Man, I've been whooping since been whooping. You know what I'm saying? I've been whooping for so long. I beat that boy so bad, I had throw up in my pants. You know what I'm saying? His throw up was on my pants. I had that boy throw up in my pants for 3 straight days. You know I never lost a fight. You understand that, say 5? Never. Whether it was in the ring or outside, I ain't never lost. So you think I'm finna lose to you? You think I'm finna lose to you? I would die before I lose to you. We ain't gonna stop. We ain't doing rounds. It's not 30 seconds. So I hope you're in the best shape of your life. I fight for 3 minutes plus. So I want to hear like, oh, no. I'm gonna beat on you until you quit. I'm just trying to let you know what you're getting. It sounds real good now. Say 5. Everything I say, I always come through. It always happens because I just know my ability. I know my condition. I make myself uncomfortable for 5 days a week. I train 5 days a week, bro. I am a boxer, bro. Not a regular fighter. I'm trying to get you to understand. You beat people, I beat people. You meet in your match. This right here, you meet your match. You gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you that. You're gonna see the difference between a regular fighter and a boxer. I'm gonna show you the difference.
Defendant was pushed.
I'm gonna show you the difference. Because you saying you willing to die by that. So am I. You met your match, my boy. Somebody always gonna meet their match. You met yours today. You think I'm playing? I'm gonna text you right after this dang stream and I'm gonna tell you the location, everything. I'm not gonna forget. I'm gonna make you an example.
The defendant then tried
everything I say
to get back in the classroom.
Everything I say.
Going to kill her.
Look, I met my match all the time, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. I met my match all the time. bro. You know what I'm saying? I met people that knew how to fight. They thought they knew how to fight. I just know how to fight better. I never met a dude that everybody that I beat up, bro, they never was a hoe. They always was talking just like you. They believed in themselves. You think I expect you to not believe you're going to beat me? I expect you to believe that. I expect for you to believe. They all thought they were going to beat me. Many people talk like you and all have failed. You know what I'm saying? You will fail.
Victim
You're going to get beat.
No pulse and was
if you can't fight for 3 minutes,
24 hours
cancel it right now.
John's Oakland Hospital. Witnesses that said
I can go 3 minutes, 12 rounds.
Laughing as she was chasing the victim.
Nothing.
Your Honor, we're asking for one count of
3 minutes, 12 rounds. I can go 12 rounds straight. You practice 8 rounds. I practice 12 rounds.
The date of the crime.
12. And I practice every day.
17 years old.
Every day.
Very good. Based on the testimony of the officer,
you practice Monday through Friday. You practice Monday through Friday, huh?
Premeditated murder. I will sign that warrant.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Monday through Friday? I don't miss days. It's every day. This is everyday lifestyle for me.
Ms. Lewis, can you hear me okay?
Think I'm gonna lose to a non-boxer?
Yes. Ms. Lewis, you are before the court for an arraignment. Is there representation on behalf of Ms. Lewis here?
Please, the court, Mark Brown.
Bro said I'm home trained.
Very good. On behalf of the people?
Your Honor, prosecuting attorney Eric Smith on behalf of the people.
All right, today is the end time set for an arraignment. Mr.
I'm home trained. I taught myself how to box. I ain't have a coach on.
Brown, as the complaint warrant.
That you was part of a gym.
Brown, have you had an opportunity to see the charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, as to the reading.
Bro said I'm home.
We waived the formal reading, although.
Oh, shit.
Yes, and stand mute.
All right, very good. Ms. Lewis, you are some very serious charges you're facing. I will read the charges. You are charged with 1 count of
be ready to die.
Murder, homicide. Ms. Lewis, allegations read as follows.
Not nice when I fight.
September 12, 2018, while in the city of
Don't come out there showing love.
You did deliberately, with the intent to kill and with premeditation, kill and murder one Dana Gibson. Ms. Lewis, do you understand the charge? I'm going to need you to verbalize that out loud, ma'am.
Yes. I better pray.
Right, and if you are found guilty
I will.
of this charge, you could face life without parole. However, I'm not sure. Is that correct, Mr. Smith?
That is a potential, Your Honor.
That is a potential, and Mr. Brown, you've discussed this with your client?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Lewis, you could potentially face life without parole. Do you understand that? Yes. And have you discussed that with your attorney?
Yes. June 23rd, be ready, my boy.
Mr. Brown and Ms. Lewis, you do
June
have a right
23rd, be ready.
to a pretrial or probable cause conference in front of a judge within 14 days. We have set those days already. Have you gotten a copy of the dates?
I have not, Judge.
All right. The first date will be on September 27th, 2018 at 8:45. This will be in front of Judge Sabah. The second date is your probable cause hearing. It's where the prosecution will have the opportunity to call witnesses to prove this probable cause that this crime was committed, Ms. Lewis, and probable cause that you committed it. That is on October 4th, 2018 at 8:45.
My man, I am busy. My man, I gave you a date. You called me out. I'm busy. I gave you a date. I gave you a time when I'm free. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you a time and location. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's scared of you, my boy. I got things to do. You know what I'm saying? I train, my bro. You feel me? Train. So I'm gonna put you on my schedule. I'm gonna fight you when I say we're gonna fight. June 23rd is when we're gonna fight.
Thank you very much, Judge.
See your time and I'm seeing you local.
All right. As to bond, I'm going to hear from both sides on this matter. Start with Mr. Brown. Will you address bond on your client?
If the court would entertain bond, certainly she is obviously the court. She's a high school student. It's my understanding her grade point average is 4 point plus. She's supported by her family and friends. I'm not aware of any other criminal activity prior to this particular incident. I'll leave it at that.
Mr. Smith, on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, the defendant faces first-degree murder, premeditated. Your Honor, the defendant faces the potential of life in prison without parole. Despite, even given her age of 17, she could still face life in prison without parole. Your Honor, the victim in this case was a 16-year-old girl murdered inside of a high school. And that murder in a high school is the first in Macomb County history of a murder inside of any school in Macomb County. I think given all that, Your Honor, this defendant should not see the streets and should be locked up for the rest of this case. So we're asking for no bond.
All right, there's a balancing act when considering bond. I do recognize we have a 17-year-old here. She is, in the eyes of the court,
Finally got a subscriber that got good.
certainly an adult crime.
Final.
We really need to look at the protection of society, and I believe there were a bunch of witnesses to this, when this happened, it was in the classroom as stated in the information. Do we know approximately how many witnesses?
There's about 20 to 25 witnesses, Your Honor.
And I know we've got a frightened community. We have frightened students in schools.
Frightened community and frightened students.
That's tragedy. Well, innocent until proven guilty. The court does feel.
Oh no, you're guilty.
That the state of Michigan will be safer if she remains incarcerated throughout the remainder of until she sees trial. So I am going to hold you, Ms. Lewis, without bond. The next court date will be on September 27th. You have those dates.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
And days later, the family hired an attorney seeking to get more answers.
She was stabbed to death by another student in class. Tonight, her family trying to figure out, could it have been prevented? The family of Danya Gibson still with so many questions.
Police believe she was killed because of a dispute over a boy. Now her family taking steps to make sure a tragedy like this never happens again. Coco McAvoy live at Warren Fitzgerald High School tonight. And Coco, the family has now hired an attorney.
Yes, the family hired an attorney to figure out and really investigate what, if anything, school officials knew ahead of time and to see if this could have been prevented. Fitzgerald High School is under scrutiny after the
I'm not gonna say my location.
16-year-old Danya Gibson.
We've started an investigation on the civil end of things into whether or not this could have or should have been prevented as far as school district, security system.
Juliana Sabatini is an attorney from the Mike Morse law firm. She's now working with the Gibson family.
They are grieving, and therefore, we're obviously dealing with the investigation and the questions so that they don't have to.
There are many questions, starting with the security at the high school.
There are other schools that do have metal detectors. This particular school apparently did not.
Sabatini wants to know if anyone at the school knew of any trouble between Gibson and the suspect before the stabbing.
Right now, we're going to check into all that information to see who was on site, who was around, who knew or could have known.
The school will be asked to hand over any and all information about the incident.
Documents, any videos, any social media, everything's preserved and retained so that we can conduct a full civil investigation.
The lawyers will determine if there's a solid case.
I think right now the family's looking for some answers.
This is just the beginning of what could be a long civil investigation. And the family has finalized funeral arrangements for Danya Gibson. Her visitation will be on Tuesday, and she'll be laid to rest in Warren on Wednesday. We have all of the details on our website, clickondetroit.com.
A GoFundMe was set up for the funeral expenses. Danina's visitation was held that next Tuesday, September 18th, at a funeral home on East 7th Mile in Detroit. The funeral was the morning after at New St. Paul Missionary Church in Warren. During the service, as her obituary was being read, an argument broke out in the church and stopped everything for 10 to 15 minutes. Pastor Christopher Murray had to address the family, quote, "If you cannot respect this baby, I'm asking you to leave. It's not about you." According to Danina's great-aunt, Rosetta Boyd, it had nothing to do with the case or the girl who is responsible for her passing.
She's been dead for 8
It was a
years, y'all. She's
family
been dead for 8
tension
years.
over Danina's father being named in the printed obituary. Grief turned sideways. And Boyd said the saddest part was that Danina would have hated it. She wasn't
what?
a confrontational person.
Hated what?
To Danina's great-aunt, Rosetta Boyd, it had nothing to do with the case or the girl who is responsible for her passing. It was a family tension over Danina's father being named in the printed obituary.
What's wrong with that?
Turned sideways. And Boyd said the saddest part was that Danina would have hated it. She wasn't a confrontational person.
They don't like the dad? That's still a dad at the end of the day.
At Mount Olivet Cemetery in Detroit. Taniyah Lewis was charged with first-degree premeditated murder in Macomb County
Your life, bro,
and
bro.
charged as an adult, standard under Michigan law at the time. What came next would take 2 years. First,
2
a competency
years.
exam. Court order to
Imagine, bro, sitting in a freaking jail cell for 2 years and you still haven't got a trial. You know what I mean? Sitting in jail for 2 years.
decide whether she was fit to stand trial. To Danina's family, the question itself felt
Oh, wait,
like an
180, my brother.
Her aunt then stated, quote, "It was calculated, it was premeditated, it was carried out, and then when she was done, she laughed about it." Taniyah was found competent, and in early 2019, at a preliminary hearing, students, teachers, and the detective took the stand, and a judge ruled there was enough to send it to trial. Prosecutors pointed to the text the night before as proof she'd planned it.
An emotional day in a Warren courtroom. The 17-year-old accused of stabbing her classmate to death appeared before a judge for a preliminary hearing. That stabbing happened at Fitzgerald High School in Warren.
7X News reporter Jennifer
180 pure
Wilson
muscle,
live
bro.
at the courthouse with more on today's
180 pure
heart-wrenching
muscle.
testimony. Jen?
Yeah, good evening. They adjourned today around noon until sometime in March when they'll be
I'm
hearing
very-
testimony
I'm
from the
very
officer who took a
192.
statement from the student
Cool.
accused in this stabbing today. The teacher and several classmates took the stand.
I put my hand on her back and I'm trying to figure out exactly where
Supposed to be scared,
the
bro?
blood is coming from.
It was an emotional day in this Warren courtroom. 17-year-old Taniyah Lewis sat expressionless as her classmates and teacher relived the horror of September 12th. A day teacher Sarah Sonnefeld said started off like any other.
I stand at the door, I greet students, I shake their hands as they come in.
17-year-old Taniyah Lewis and 16-year-old Dayana Gibson, both in her second period class. She says suddenly she saw Dayana running across the room.
I see Taniyah continuing to run after her, smiling.
After seeing the knife, Sonnefeld
Smiling.
says she grabbed Taniyah.
He was smiling, bro.
I pushed her out of my classroom.
Is she saying anything?
Now you crying now. She crying now.
She told Evan, I hope she dies, I hope she dies.
16-year-old Taniyah Gibson died from 2 stab wounds, all because prosecutors say she and Taniyah Lewis liked the same boy. A boy
That's
named
sad,
Evan.
bro. I ain't gonna
In
lie, that
court
joint's
today, his
sad,
face wasn't shown, but the teen testified that Taniyah
it is
texted
sad.
him just before the stabbing, and she called him about 20 minutes after allegedly killing Dayana.
I said, why'd you do it?
What did she say?
She just kept saying, I'm sorry.
Did she ever describe for you why she did it or what was going through her head?
No,
How did the conversation end?
I hung up on her.
Well, the Dean of Discipline actually took the stand also today. He said he didn't know Taniyah Lewis very well because she had never received a disciplinary action during her time in high school. Also, many we hear are praising the teacher for her swift action and protecting the rest
do
of
it
the
next
class in
stream.
her attempt at saving Dayana.
And Jen, you just touched on it there. Did these teachers have any training and were they able to use it? In what way?
Yeah, you know, it was interesting because today, during this hearing, during the testimony, we learned that just 2 weeks prior to this attack, they had all conducted something called Alice training, where they learned what to do in case there was an attack or something like that that happened in the school. And so the teacher learned, instead of hiding, instead to try to separate a potential attacker from the rest of the classroom. Also, another teacher who entered the scene to help grabbed a towel before removing the knife from the scene so as not to contaminate the evidence. That was something else they learned in their training just 2 weeks prior. So that training, I'm sure nobody ever imagined having to use what they learned so quickly, but it is good that they had that training to act so quickly in that moment.
A trial date was set for October 2019. Then it moved. The defense was chasing.
Look, I can't see your link. I can't see your link, bro. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I'm asking 100 random streamers to review my song. I'm going to release it on July 1st, 2026. You know what I'm saying? I can't see your link, bro. Just send the name, bro. I can't send the link, my boy. Just send the name. If it's trash, look, okay, look, before what's the name? Okay, but before I listen to it, I'm just going to tell you this right now. Your junk trash, bro. I'm going to tell you that off the rip. But cheap. BJ. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to get up here and lie to you. You know what I mean? Straight up. So I'm going to do it after this video. You can stay tuned after this video. This video, 38, 39, 40 for the 142. Got 5 more minutes. So if you could wait for 5 more minutes, I'll do it for the one time. Really don't do requests, but.
A second opinion that Tanaya wasn't criminally responsible. Something was wrong with her the morning she picked up that knife. A state expert had already found otherwise.
Put her in jail.
I'm not moved by money. You know what I'm saying? I said 5 minutes, Curry. You know what I'm saying? So 5 minutes is gonna be 5 minutes. I'm not like one of them dudes that be on some, oh my God, he's gonna get 50. I'm gonna get. No, Curry. I said what I was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? So either we wait, just don't do it. I'm not ranting about money like these motherfuckers. You ain't about no 50 subs. Motherfucker, either we wait or we just don't do it.
And leave her there. Let her sit there and let her rot.
Oh, hold on, golly, hold on.
Morning she picked up that knife. A state expert had already found otherwise.
Put her in jail and leave her there. Let her sit there and let her rot. She want to sit here and put on that sympathy, that look of I'm sorry that you wasn't sorry when you did. I do not
Check your
feel
Twitch
sorry
email
for her
messages.
or her people. Period. Now we hear and got to hear it again and hear it again. We didn't even get a chance to say bye to her. She was dead in the school building before she even got to the hospital.
The trial never happened. In August of 2020, Tanaya Lewis pleaded no contest to first-degree premeditated murder. Not quite an admission, but treated as one for sentencing. The plea was entered under a guarantee
Oh my
that she would
God,
be eligible for parole later in life. Assistant Macomb County prosecutor.
You said, are you in the Bronx area by chance? I live in Georgia, my brother. You know what I'm saying? But if you're trolling, bro, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, you know, I'm not like somebody that's going to get excited. You know what I'm saying? Like I just try to tell you, I'm sorry, you two, but got somebody that's undercover. I'm not somebody that's going to get excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm not driven by fame. I'm not driven by success. You know what I mean? So I'm not finna, oh my God, it's once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm not built like that. You see how you said 50, so I'm not driven by money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get it. I'm driven by I'm driven by, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? I'm not like going to be on some like, you feel me? You know, see you a perfect candidate. You know what I'm saying? You see me as a perfect candidate. Yeah, I hear you. Hey, if you the real Kai, you know what I'm saying? Rate me right now if you're the real Kai. You real Kai, rate me right now. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I'll be back in the big. Yeah, all right.
Prosecutor William
Cataldo
framed it this way, quote, "This was a calculated, thought out,
hello, chat. I'm sorry, YouTube. You see this guy?
Event. But because she was 17 years old, she lacked the frontal cortex, brain development to fully recognize the long-term consequences. In other words, the state still
already applied, Curry.
Premeditated.
You already streaming. I already applied, man. You know what I mean? Jay Willie live, man. Already applied, my brother.
Leniency.
Hey, look, I'm done talking. I don't believe you.
Was about youth and brain development, not about doubt over what she did. On September 16th, 2020, 2 years after the fatal incident, 19-year-old Tanaya Lewis stood for sentencing. Judge Catherine Viviano sentenced Tanaya Lewis to 27 to 60 years in prison, with credit for 735 days already served in the county jail, and an order that Lewis have no contact with Denina's family. Because Tanaya was a juvenile at the time of the crime, 60 years was the maximum the judge could impose. Tanaya gave a tearful statement of regret, quote, "If I could take it back, I would. Through the years, I've sat and thought about that moment, that day. I have nightmares about it, and I accept the punishment. I accept whatever you do." I know no amount of apology can return the life in her. I'm so sorry.
I ain't get no email,
I just
bro.
hope one day you'll be able to forgive me. But the family's statements were far less forgiving. Denina's mother, Angelina Ford, did not read her own statement aloud. Her sister, Christina Ford, Denina's aunt, read it by video on her behalf. It said, quote, I mourn the loss of my baby every day. Time does not heal. It is more of a punishment because the more time that passes, the more I realize I will never see my baby again. Addressing Tenaya directly, the statement continued, You took a life that was so beautiful. All I ask is that the Lord have mercy on your soul. The family made clear they could not make sense of what happened or forgive Lewis. Today, Tenaya Lewis is serving her term at the Women's Huron Valley Correctional Facility. The earliest she could walk out is September of 2045. She'll be about 44. Now, as this case spread, people went looking
I told
for
y'all.
someone to blame.
I told y'all.
They pointed at Denina for telling on a friend, at Evan, the boy in the middle of it, and
I told y'all she wasn't gonna get it. I told you she wasn't gonna get a what's her name? I told y'all.
Fierce. Some said the only ones to blame
Told
were the
y'all, bro.
parents for never teaching their child.
Y'all remember that? Y'all remember what I said? Y'all remember that junk? Y'all remember that junk? You feel me? I told y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I'm tweaking, this fake Kai Sinet, you know what I'm saying, is distracting me right quick. You know what I'm saying? But
At the women's
hold on, let me see.
Forgive Lewis. The family made clear they
Told
could not
y'all,
make
bro.
sense of what happened or forgive Lewis. Today, Tenaya Lewis is serving her term at the Women's Huron Valley Correctional Facility. The earliest
Told
she could
y'all.
walk out is September of
Hold on, what was her?
2045.
45?
She'll be about 44. Now, as this case
44.
spread, people went looking for someone to blame. They pointed at Denina for telling on a friend, at Evan, the boy in the middle.
All right, we got one more
and
minute.
at
One
the
more minute
school.
left in this video.
The reactions were loud and fierce. Some said the only ones to blame were the parents for never teaching their child the value of a human life. Others said kids go to school to learn, not to get tangled up.
They
in
gave her
relationships.
27 to 60 years. I
But
told
no one
y'all.
pointed straight at Tenaya.
Told y'all, bro.
She should have walked away.
Thought I was playing.
None of it was worth it.
I said she was not gonna get life without parole. The only reason she got 27 to 60 years, you know what I'm saying, is because, you feel me? Clean record. I tried to tell y'all that jump.
Unaliving
Told
a
y'all.
friend and throwing her own
Told y'all that
life
jump, bro.
away over a boy she'd probably have forgotten by the end of college.
Exactly.
And maybe that's where it lands. Because at the end of the day, society can't dictate what you become. Only you can.
All right, bro.
In peace.
Hey, look, like I said, man, whatever your name is, what's that Curry, the name? Hey, bro, like I said, bro, I sent my, whatever your name is, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I'm not, like I said, I'm not, you feel me, whatever your name is, bro. You know what I mean? I don't believe you're Kai. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. You know what I mean? Like, what type of Kai is going to be asking for me to react to a song? You know what I mean? Like, the freak is he talking about? You feel me? But let me go and see Miguel. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see this. Miguel Funk. Like, what? What are you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the junk don't even make no sense, my boy. You know what I mean? But good try, though, my boy. You know what I mean? Check at 2 a.m. Now I ain't got to check at no 2 a.m. Hey, look, one thing about it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not green, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I ain't green at all. You know what I'm saying? What you trying to do? What you trying to do? You're trying to, what's the name? You feel me? You're trying to, you feel me, trick me into doing the reaction. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? All that look Kai Sinet. If you're Kai right now, you know what I'm saying? Come in Kai. Why you coming under the cover stream? No, I mean, come as your real stream, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come as your real stream right now. Come as your real stream right now. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you think I'm stupid, bro? You think I'm slow? You feel me? Come on, bro. You trying to act like you're Kai Sinet. You know what I mean? Oh my God. You know, mother effer, you hey, you funny though, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Golden ticket inside a Breeze account. You're the first one. Streaming golden ticket edited, and I'm gonna edit this part out. Oh my God. Hey, look, I ain't even tripping about it, bro. Look, I ain't tripping, but look, bro. Hey, look, I'll show love, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll show love, bro. I'm not even tripping about it, bro. Just admit that you lying, bro. I'll show love, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping about the what's the name. I don't care, bro. Just admit you lying. Just admit you lying, bro. Not show love. You know what I'm saying? Just admit you lying. You feel me? Just admit you lying, bro. You feel me? Just admit you lying, bro. Not show love, bro. You ain't got a cap for me, bro. I got you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? I got you. You ain't got a cap, bro. I'm not driven by success. I don't care about that junk, bro. You ain't got a cap, bro. If you want me to react to your junk, bro, just say it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Ban him. Ban him. Ban that motherfucker right now. You know what I'm saying? Ban him. Ban that motherfucker right now. Ban that motherfucker right now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, good try, my boy. Good try, my boy. Look, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you think, like, these motherfuckers be thinking I'm stupid? Like, you think I'm stupid, bro? Like, come on, gang. Like, I really think that, like, it's crazy, bro. I'm smart, gang. I'm smart. You know what I mean? I'm not dumb, bro. I'm not like these other streamers, bro. I knew you wasn't Kai Cenat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not no freaking dummy, gang. You know what I'm saying? The freak is wrong with this cat? Bro thought I was agreeing. You feel me? But anyways, bro said, play it, Jay. Freak out my dang face. You know what I mean? But anyways, man, I appreciate, man, the freaking, love, man, from y'all, man. It's freaking fake Kai Cenat, man, just threw me off my dang game. Thought that was really Kai on the cover. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really think it was him on the cover, but hey, man, you know, you never know. But anyways, man, I appreciate everybody, man, for joining the stream, man. It's your boy Jay, man. Take it easy. Before you end up like